Hey there, guys. Cubby and Jim here with another round of awesome Star Wars news for you. Not as big as the last couple of weeks, but still, I feel this is some important things that we need to know.
So starting off, we've previously talked about j.j. Abrams and
Main one.
specifically the way he has dealt with sort of movies coming out in secrets because everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
And the big one was Star Trek Into Darkness, but he's done this with his previous
Super 8.
films.
I think Super 8 was probably the best example of it because it was like, what the hell is this movie about?
Yeah.
You don't know. And then finally came out, and it was the entire time watching it the first time was just gripping. Like I was so sucked into it because I didn't know. I didn't know what the creature looked
And
like.
I didn't
know
have a problem with that, but I guess there's
No.
a lot of backlash over it.
Because people are dumb nowadays and they don't know how to wait for surprises.
Yeah.
Case in point, Star Trek Into Darkness.
Which it wasn't necessarily, and he's come out and said this, it wasn't that they were trying to keep a big secret as far as the twist. He just didn't want to ruin the movie for everybody. And, well, so when it came out that, yeah, Khan was the bad guy, everybody's like, oh, I told you so. Why'd you have to do it that way? It's like, shut up.
They're trying to make an entertaining movie in an awesome way. I mean, I waited forever to finally watch it, and I mean, knowing who it was, knowing what was going to happen, yeah, it didn't really take away from it, I wouldn't say, because I just wanted to see, I just wanted to experience it. But if I didn't know it was Khan, if I understood who Khan was, that would have been the coolest thing in the world. And it sucks because most of the people that grew up with that movie, that probably assumed, maybe even knew already, just like, oh, Khan's going to be the bad guy. They just let it happen, let it slide, just let it come at you, let them tell the story they were trying to tell. You would have had an amazing movie-going experience.
And I think there were enough things in there, because I've seen the first one, Wrath of Khan, the first sequel, and I loved it. It's fantastic. The way Khan and
I still haven't seen it.
is fantastic.
I want to see it, though, so that way I can kind of compare it. And I know I shouldn't necessarily compare it scene for scene and like, oh my God, it was such a better movie or whatever, but
they rewrote his history, so it wasn't even the same Khan.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, why are you getting so mad? It just essentially used the same name, and they just move the events around and
kind of
twist
leave
with
that
Spock,
like
and
revenge like plot and like it's a vengeance thing and there's like animosity between people, but other than that it's a different universe.
Yeah,
it's a
and
different story.
I got the
They
sense-
made a point. I was telling you, it's a different universe.
This Khan was more revenge against the Federation
Yes.
versus vendetta against Kirk.
Yes.
So it was different.
It was cool.
So,
I liked it.
Anyway, shut up,
I
people.
liked it. Shut up.
But so now they're trying to figure out how he's going to release the information for Star Wars. And obviously, in the past, we've had George Lucas with Blue Harvest and Hush Hush and images sneaking on the internet with the prequels, which was kind of annoying.
But that was a very early age for the internet. Nowadays,
I saw Anakin with his arm off, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Come on! I can't believe you guys posted that. So I'm hoping that we've learned our lessons and we just kind of let it go.
Personally, I know this is the worst thing for me to be doing, hosting Nerdlocker, trying to talk about how awesome things are for people. But I mean, I've done it with Captain America to a certain degree. I've done it with a few of the movies this last year. I feel I can do it with Star Wars, but
X-Men Days of Future Past has been bad.
It's been bad.
A lot of
things just kind of like all out there. The only reason I say that is because Episode 3, I knew everything about that movie before I even saw it. I understood where the story was going to go. I understood what was leading into it, where it was leading to. I broke that thing down so hard that it just made me. I love the movie. I saw it, I think, 3 or 4 times in the theaters, which is a lot for me. But still, I want to just sit there and just get sucked into it. When I lean forward in a movie theater, that's when I love it, and I want to do that for this whole movie.
I think they can take a note from Christopher Nolan and what he did with the Batman movies, and they released images, and they had, I remember specifically with the last one, the fight on the courthouse, and the Catwoman thing got a little crazy because people were having a lot of backlash when she was on the
they're freaking out, but
I think he handled the story really well, and the things we heard with the actors getting in, and what's his name, thought he lost it and was all freaking out in his hotel room because he was going to get in trouble. Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he was all worried because he thought he lost his script and Nolan was going to be pissed at him, but he found it, whatever. But I think that was a good level of here's stuff you should know, and we're not going to give it all away.
Give out the information that needs to be there, the actors that are going to be in it, the stuff that's not going to give away anything that's important. But j.j. Abrams knows what he's doing. He's the king of not telling you what's going on. So the fact that he's going to give us a little bit of information, I'm totally okay with. It's fine. I don't want to see it until the first official trailer, but
Exactly. So on next news,
More Star Wars news.
this is kind of exciting. Don't know really much about Star Wars Rebels. We got a couple images here and there, and don't know much about it. One
It's
thing
a very small tease.
I'm a little nervous of, they released an image of one of the first characters, the robot astromech, Chopper.
I didn't see it, but I read about it.
I'm kind of nervous because the name alone, I don't know why Star Wars always has to do this, but it's kind of this cutesy element.
It's a
And
cartoon.
I love Star Wars, but it's like,
It's a cartoon.
I know.
It's on Disney XD, right?
But here's the thing they go on later to talk about. It's the events between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope and the building of the rebellion. And, basically, as they say, the 4 guys in the room who start getting this rebellion going. And they said they're going to have really dark moments. And I'm like, that's kind of exciting. So
But
why
they
is
had really dark
Chopper
moments
there?
in. They had really dark moments
Yeah.
in Clone Wars. I mean, I feel like they can pull it off. Adventure Time.
It just
Adventure Time gets really dark sometimes. That's all
true.
I'm going to say. They can get really dark in
It
cartoons nowadays.
It makes me nervous that we're kind of revisiting the days of droids and Ewoks, the cartoons. And it was like, that was kind of a low point. But
We're a long way from that, though.
I was actually excited by the description of where this is going to go and how they're going to show how the rebellion starts and lead.
I like the way he described it is if I'm going to make a movie or a show about the American Revolution, I'm not going to make
Yeah.
it about the first big battle. I'm going to lead up into it, which of course makes sense. Like, it's just because the rebellion is a thing doesn't mean it's exciting or you even necessarily want to root for the rebels. Like,
And we've seen
you got to
hints
find the
how
reason to root for the rebels.
Mon Mothma and Bail Organa got together and started forming this thing. We've heard about it and we've kind of read about it in some of the extended universe. I'm excited to see it.
I'm excited.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm excited by this. It's weird because John Lasseter originally came out and said, no Lucasfilm movies will be made by Pixar. But now we're getting information that
Because he knows the future about everything.
he's got a pretty good track record. I'll take
I'm
that.
just saying.
But now it looks like there might be some Star Wars movies happening at Pixar.
That's damn right. They better have an awesome Ewok movie. I said it. I said it.
I do
It's
like
better
the-
than a Jar Jar Binks movie. That's all I'm going to say right there.
I like the Ewok Adventures. I love those movies.
I love the Ewoks. They're cool. They don't know anything about the universe, and they destroy the Empire.
Where was this backlash?
Yes.
I don't understand this huge backlash of, well, how could these furry, fuzzy things defeat the Empire? I'm like, they outnumber them, and they used guerrilla warfare.
How did the Americans win the American Revolution? The same way the Ewoks did. Boom! Blow your mind right there.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Good call.
That's
Good
totally
call.
how they did it. They
Or
used
maybe
like
it's the
Indian
British were so
guerrilla
stupid
tactics.
they wore red coats so we could see them from a mile away.
White coats and a
digress.
white
There you go.
white
That's
armor
true.
and come on, man. It's totally the
Was that
American
Street Fighter?
Revolution.
I don't know. It was a white blur.
Oh, America.
I hadn't thought about that. Good one. And the last bit of news, I don't know why this is news, but Carrie Fisher came out and said that they're going to start filming in March and April. And then I don't even remember what website was like, well, she was way off because j.j. Abrams said they're going to film in May.
A month after. Really? Okay, come
They just
on.
fired the screenwriter, so maybe she was going on some bit of little old news. And it's like, really,
knows?
guys? Come on.
Because you know, crazy internet people, we don't even know. We're just speculating and talking about it because that's what we love. We want to see it.
All nerds here. Let's get along, please.
Yeah, man. As long as they're filming it soon and not like 3 years from now where they could possibly die, that would be
That
depressing.
Would be bad. I've always wondered that, though, because Mark Hamill almost died before Empire Strikes Back in that car crash. It's like, did you know this?
I didn't know that.
Mark Hamill was in an awful car crash. That's why in the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, he goes against the Wampa, and it tears his face. That's to make up for the fact that he had awful plastic surgery and just looked.
Is that why he looks
Yeah, exactly. He almost died.
That's why he looks like so bad.
That's why he's not looking so good. He's a voice actor in animation. I love you, Mark.
I love you,
man.
dude.
Anywho, so
Skips.
let us know what you guys think in the comments below.